The press room went quiet when the reporter leaned toward his microphone and uttered words that would ricochet across every sports channel in the country. Without your sponsors, you're nothing. Caitlin Clark, the athlete who had shattered NCAA scoring records and turned women's basketball into a worldwide spectacle, sat motionless, hands clasped in front of her. Her face betrayed nothing, yet behind her calm demeanor, something fragile was cracking. And what she chose to do in the days that followed would show that true greatness isn't tied to logo checks. It's about the people who believed in you when you were just a kid with a dream and a basketball in hand. Before we dive into this incredible story, drop a comment with where you're watching from. If you value honoring those who shaped you, smash that like button and subscribe for stories that restore faith in humanity. So what happened after that press conference changed everything. The reporter's identity doesn't matter. What matters is the attitude he represented. A cynical view of success that reduces human achievement to money and sponsorships. Caitlin had faced doubters before. People had questioned her, overlooked her from the very beginning when she was a thin girl in West Des Moines shooting hoops. But this time the words cut deeper. Perhaps it was his smug tone. Perhaps it was the nodding approval of other reporters as if he'd spoken absolute truth. Or maybe it was that Caitlin, deep down, knew exactly who had shaped her, and it wasn't those writing checks. That night, Caitlin lay awake in her Indianapolis apartment, staring at the ceiling, replaying the words again and again. Without your sponsors, you're nothing. They burned into. But as the hours passed, anger began to shift. Clarity replaced frustration. Purpose replaced bitterness. And slowly a mission took root. How can a single, harsh comment unearth memories buried for years? Caitlin found herself transported back to Iowa City, to Carver Hawkeye Arena, to nights spent honing her craft while the world slept. 3 days after the press conference, Caitlin drove through the familiar streets of Iowa City, the town that had seen her transformation from recruit to legend. She arrived unannounced. No cameras, no entourage, just a rental car and a heart full of unfinished business. The arena parking lot was almost empty, the afternoon sun casting golden hues on the bricks. Caitlin paused in her car, flooded with memories. She remembered her first practice, the squeak of sneakers on the hardwood, the roar of 15,000 fans, the crushing defeats, the euphoric victories, the quiet, unseen moments that shaped her. She or using a code she remembered from her playing days. The arena was dim, emergency lights casting shadows across the court. The scent of polished wood and athletic tape hit her immediately, a smell every athlete recognizes. She moved slowly toward center court, her footsteps echoing. And then she heard it, the steady swish of a mop. In the corner, a figure moved carefully, deliberately, cleaning the floor that had witnessed so much history. Caitlin's breath caught. She recognized the silhouette, the slightly bent posture, the patient dignity. Mr. Williams. The old man looked up, squinting in the light. His face broke into a warm smile. Well, I'll be if it isn't little Caitlin Clark. Come back to visit an old man. James Williams was 79 and had been the night custodian at Carver Hawkeye Arena for over 30 years, arriving after the crowds left and leaving early in the morning. Few noticed him, yet Caitlin always had. I've been thinking about you, she said. A lot of things. Mr. Williams rested his mop and studied her face. I heard what that reporter said. That was everywhere. He shook his head. People don't know what they're talking about. Tears formed in Caitlin's eyes. Do you remember all those late nights I practiced alone? You never complained, never asked me to leave. Mr. Williams chuckled softly. I remember every one of them. You had a fire and you never let it go out. Just like I saw in my own daughter when she was young. Caitlin's eyes widened. I never knew you had a daughter. His face darkened with memory. She passed 5 years ago from cancer. Left me and my wife alone. The weight of hidden struggles hit Caitlin. Mr. Williams spent decades ensuring athletes had a clean place to chase dreams while carrying private grief. She sat beside him on the bleachers, and they shared a long silence, wrapped in emptiness. How's your wife? Caitlin finally asked. He exhaled. Margaret's got Alzheimer's. Some days she knows me. Some days she thinks I'm her father. The bills. That's why I keep working. Caitlin's heart opened. Do you remember what you told me after we lost to South Carolina? I was crying, thinking it was the end. He nodded. I said, the floor doesn't care about tears. It'll be here tomorrow. Champions are made by how you rise, not just by winning. Caitlin squeezed his hand. Those words saved me. They made me stronger. They made me break records. Mr. Williams' eyes glistened. I was just doing my job. No, she said. You were exactly who I needed at exactly the right time. That's not a job. Caitlin spent hours listening to stories of his life, Margaret, their late daughter, grandchildren, and decades of devotion. She left the arena with a plan. A heartfelt one, no press releases, no cameras. 2 weeks later, Mr. Williams received a call from the Caitlin Clark Foundation. Margaret's medical expenses, present and future, would be covered, no strings, no questions. Tears streamed down his face. Someone remembered us, he whispered. Caitlin also launched the Quiet Champions Fund, helping elderly facility workers who quietly support sports. At a press conference in Carver Hawkeye, Caitlin spoke again, introducing Mr. Williams in a new suit. The audience rose to a standing ovation. This man never signed endorsements or made headlines, she said. He made me who I am. He never asked for anything in return. I am somebody because of him. Cameras flashed. Reporters scribbled. Mr. Williams hugged her. Your mama raised you right, child, he whispered. The fund expanded beyond helping custodians and staff nationwide, easing medical and living expenses. He retired, finally caring for Margaret full-time, with the foundation providing nursing and accessibility support. On his last day, he walked the arena floor one final time, receiving a standing ovation from the current women's team, each shirt bearing his name. How many quiet heroes go unnoticed every day? The reporter eventually apologized, but it didn't matter. Caitlin had responded with action. True success isn't measured in contracts or followers. It's measured by the lives touched, hands held, and people remembered. Caitlin Clark became somebody not because of sponsors, but because she never forgot the people who made her who she is. And in doing so, she proved the greatest victories happen when the world sees the invisible. Mr. Williams watches every Fever game at home, Margaret beside him. Sometimes she remembers Caitlin. He always remembers the girl shooting basketballs at midnight. He remembers the sound of determination. And the day